Invisible effects of childhood emotional neglect and its impact on adult relationships. Some relationship struggles don't come from dramatic trauma. They come from something much quieter. No shouting, no obvious harm, just emotional needs that were consistently unseen. If you've ever felt disconnected in relationships without knowing why, this video explains how childhood emotional neglect can quietly shape attachment, trust, and self-worth in adulthood. Childhood emotional neglect isn't about what happened. It's about what didn't happen. It can look like feelings that were dismissed or ignored, emotional comfort that wasn't available, being expected to handle things yourself too early. Caregivers may have provided food, safety, and structure, but struggled to respond to emotional needs. Because nothing overtly harmful occurred, emotional neglect often goes unnoticed, but the nervous system still adapts to it. When emotional needs aren't consistently met, a child learns important lessons. My feelings aren't important, I shouldn't rely on others, I need to stay self-contained. These adaptations are protective at the time. They help the child cope, but they don't disappear in adulthood. They quietly become relationship patterns. Adults who experienced emotional neglect often develop insecure attachment styles. This can show up as avoiding emotional closeness, feeling uncomfortable depending on others, pulling away when relationships deepen, or the opposite, becoming overly sensitive to distance, seeking reassurance but struggling to feel secure, fearing abandonment without clear reasons. The core issue isn't neediness or detachment. It's uncertainty around emotional safety. Trust becomes complicated when emotions were once unsupported. You may struggle to open up, feel exposed when expressing feelings, minimize your own needs, expect disappointment even in healthy relationships. This isn't a lack of desire for connection. It's a learned caution around vulnerability. The body remembers what the mind may not. When emotional needs were unmet early on, self-worth often becomes conditional. You might feel valuable only when useful, uncomfortable receiving care, guilty for needing support. These beliefs aren't conscious choices. They're internalized conclusions formed before language. And they can quietly influence who you choose, how much you tolerate, and what you believe you deserve. The goal isn't to blame caregivers or relive the past. It's to understand the patterns so they stop running automatically. Healing often begins with naming emotional needs without judgment, allowing safe people to show up, practicing self-compassion instead of self-criticism. What once protected you may no longer be necessary. Emotional neglect leaves no visible scars, but its effects can shape how we connect, trust, and value ourselves. Understanding this isn't about finding fault. It's about finding clarity. If this explanation felt familiar, share your thoughts in the comments. And if you're interested in clear, psychology-based explanations of everyday human behavior, subscribe to the Human Truths channel.